And it's well deserved. A clap for the Chelsea boys, down to 10 men at Anfield. At Anfield against a great Liverpool side who I think's been on like an 8-win streak in the Premier League recently. They're on fire. They've obviously got a great team. And we've managed to claw a draw out of there after getting a man sent off and a penalty conceded. We're going to be talking about a lot more in terms of the game and how I think it went from more of a Chelsea perspective, especially on the incident between Reece James. But just before I do jump into it, I do just want to say I will be back uploading. This is a temp setup right now. I got one light. I need the other light, but I am waiting for it to come in a delivery. This is on a temporary tripod because once I get the other light, I can sort out where the camera's going to go. So bear with me, but I did just want to get a video out today on the Monday. I wanted to make sure that it is out and ready so then I can make sure I upload. I'm going to be making a response to the Jake Paul and Tyron Woodley boxing match. A lot more but Arsenal transfers, Man United, Cristiano Ronaldo transfer. There's a lot of content coming, so do stay tuned. Make sure you hit the subscribe button. And like I said, I do just want to make video content. I do obviously really enjoy making the video content. I do want to get my opinions heard because a lot of the time I'm watching these videos, I'm having to sit by and obviously be idle whilst I'll listen to other people's opinions. And I'm like, I disagree with that, I disagree with that, I disagree with that. And I think that's what I want to create on here, a channel where opinions can be heard, footballing opinions, anything. Just so we can talk, have a conversation, debate, and let's see, like, basically who comes out on top, whose ideas and opinions are the best. Because obviously that's important to hear. And obviously I think sometimes between football it can get a little bit toxic. I'm all down for the aggression. I'm all down for the passion. Toxicness in terms of footballing discussions is obviously apparent these days, and it obviously does get a little bit too toxic. So we're just going to try have fun, try enjoy it, and I also do want to see how my opinions change. My battery's low on the camera, so hopefully it doesn't cut out, but like I said, yeah, expect much more content. Obviously FIFA 22 is around the corner. We're going to be really drilling that game and see how good it is. If it's then we're not going to play it. Well, that's going to have to be a bleep. If it's bad, then we're not going to play it. If it's good, then we're going to play it. I got the second channel. There will be content coming out on there. I'm going to balance it between both for now. And then once FIFA comes out, if I do like it, I'll decide whether second channel or first channel, depending on how things go. So we're just going to test the waters with a few things. Yeah, we did lose a lot of subscribers, but I am back now. There's a lot of reasons why I didn't upload. Mostly because FIFA was terrible. And there was obviously a number of circumstances that were in play at the time, but now I feel fresh, rejuvenated. I feel ready to upload and create some content and get my opinions heard because I've had enough of hearing people talk nonsense. Yeah, Reece James penalty, that's what we'll discuss first. I thought it was a penalty. I think you have to give a penalty. I think if it hits a hand and it's about to go in, you have to give a penalty. It's a bit subjective when it comes to long shots and things of that nature, but when it was obviously on the line, if it didn't hit his hand, it was definitely going in, but it did hit his thigh first. And the reason why I wouldn't give a red card was because it hit his thigh, then hit his hand, and a natural reaction is to panic. You're panicking, your arms moving about. He did kind of claw at it, maybe obviously gave him the ref Anthony Taylor the decision, so it gave him the decision. But I think it was atrocious because the man literally walked over to the cameras, saw a still image, like one picture, and then made the decision. Red card in an important game, Chelsea Liverpool. And I wouldn't want to make a decision made like that based on one image in any match. It could be Newcastle versus flipping Watford. It could be anything, like any sort of game. I want it to be the right and correct decision. Watch it 3 or 4 times over, then make the decision. Don't watch it once and then not even watch it. Don't even look at it, glance at it, then make the red card decision. It was terrible, but we did stick in there. We did obviously fight. We did defend very well. And obviously the players showed fight, got the point, and it was an important point. I think most Chelsea fans would have took the point at Anfield at the start of the season, so it is a good point, and we do take it. I feel like if we didn't get the red card, we probably would have went on to win the game. But it is what it is. At the end of the day, we can't really kick ourselves too much. We've had a good positive start to the season. One thing I do want to touch on is Lukaku, and that's something I am going to be talking about in another video with the Lukaku sign-in. I didn't really want Lukaku. I didn't think the finances were great. I wanted Haaland, but the Haaland finances were terrible as well, obviously, in hindsight. So there is a little bit of a 50-50 of me and Lukaku right now. I feel like he had a good start, obviously, against Arsenal. I feel like he didn't really play well against Liverpool, but I give him the benefit of the doubt. We're down to 10 men, and I feel like a lot of players didn't play well. So I feel like Mount and Havertz could have played him in a few more times, and I think he could have played in Havertz twice, which would have ended the game. I think they were bigger problems there in terms of decision making, and that's something that obviously he has been critiqued for in the past, and that is something that we do have to look out for because he's coming back as a developed player. He's coming back as a better player. hopefully he can make better decisions in the future, because that's what's needed in their moments. Because I feel like we could have killed the game off 2 or 3-0 and ended the game in that first half if the correct passes were being played. And it felt like, again, same old sloppy Chelsea, wasting chances, not finishing them. So yeah, and all jokes aside, like I did say, it's 12v10. Second half was 12v10. I think the referee was atrocious in terms of just speaking about the referee on a quick basis. And I don't really like going on the referees too much, but I feel like they do have to be dragged a little bit, because there needs to be some sort of punishment for referees when they do make incorrect decisions or questionable decisions. And whether the decision, I feel like, is up in the air. I think a lot of people are saying it's a penalty. I think most people will agree it's a penalty. I think it's a bit of, it's kind of out there to be decided whether it was a red card or not. But I feel like the critique in the referee should be in terms of him literally walking over to the screen and glancing and then making the decision. I think that needs to be looked at. Referees don't seem to have anything. Like, they do need to have some sort of thing to keep them in check, to make them make the right decisions. And I think if he had that looming over his head, he would have watched it 3-4 times instead of obviously making it all about him. But at the end of the day, I want to keep it positive. We did claw back, we fought to the end, and I genuinely want to say this, and I think this is, like, most Chelsea fans will agree, this is Tuchel. Like, this is Tuchel, and there is a big debate about going on about how Man United should do or how this person should do. Tuchel is the man. He is the reason why Chelsea are doing so well. We've got great talented players, but they're not the finished article. But Tuchel is turning them into a machine. He's turning them into something, and that is the difference between an excellent coach and a world-class coach against a mediocre or average coach. And obviously, fair dues to Lampard. He got us into the top 4, got us into the Champions League spots, gave us the kind of platform to go on and play this. But at the end of the day, he whether he's not a mediocre, average, good manager, he weren't obviously the level of Tuchel, and you can see that apparently instantly, because Tuchel has literally only taken his team. Obviously, we've got Lukaku now, but prior to that, we won the Champions League with the same team Lampard had. Tuchel changed the mentality, he's changed the tactics, he's changed everything, and you can see it clearly when you're looking at football. That Chelsea play now is definitely there. I don't want to keep this too long, because like I said, it is a temp setup, and I obviously want to put more concentration on good quality videos. This is something I do just want to get out there, so it's like a mental block. I've done it, it's uploaded, I'm out, it's out Monday. Tuesday, tomorrow, there should be another video. Wednesday, I'm hoping to keep getting the uploads, whether it'll be on this channel or the second channel, but just know every day there'll be an upload on one of the channels. So that's what I can promise for now. Generally, at least every 2 days there will be a video on this channel, so make sure you hit the subscribe button and don't miss out. Like I said, drop your comments below. I do want to hear about it. Was it a red card? Was it a penalty? What was your thoughts on the game? We will be touching on a lot of football topics and a lot of other things as well, but I'm just going to test the waters and see how it goes. I do appreciate anybody watching this. Obviously, like I said, I did lose a lot of subscribers, and it did hurt. It did hurt, but I'm back and I'm ready to get on the grind. So I do appreciate any support. This is AECharlie Bish. Learn, change, and entertain.